Hey VC, third time's the charm in this shirt. I'm loving it. It's just, I have an affinity for the Fantastic Four. Actually, I really don't. I just love, I won't say I'm a huge comic book guy. Grew up with them, read them, loved them. Love the movies, love just the cartoons. But I really like comic book t-shirts. And this one's a great one. Shows the oh, my dog just walked downstairs, scared the hell out of me. First issue of Doctor Doom. So picked it up a while ago. Just been on a roll. So again, same shirt, same night recording, or I'm a slob and I don't take showers. Okay, it's the same night recording. So if you watched them chronologically, last video I mentioned about going to one of my record stores and they had a big sale the weekend before record store day, and like a fish, I took the bait and went up there, and dollar records were 3 for $1, 45's were 3 for $1. So, and I keep saying I'm gonna stop buying 45's, and I finally admitted that I have another problem, which is 45's. So I'm gonna kind of blow through these a little quickly. I may not show them all. It's a healthy stack. So show the interesting ones. Some of them have labels on them that I can't get off, or I haven't started working on it too much yet. So bear with me. Everyday People, Sly and the Family Stone, actually has Sing a Simple Song on the backside. So to me, that's a win-win. I mean, Everyday People, just fantastic. And then Sing a Simple Song is, to me, it's still another great song. Been sampled a lot in the hip hop world, so it's fun to have that one as well. I know that not everybody's into hip hop, and that's okay. Hip Hugger from Booker T and the MGs. This one I actually was shocked that it played clean, and I referenced this in my last couple of videos. I'm willing to take chances on older records. I don't know if you can kind of see that. Maybe not, but there's one healthy little. Yeah, you're not gonna get it. There's a healthy looking scratch right there, and you just don't hear it. So for 33 cents, I was grabbing it. Daz by Brick, another classic dance floor packer from the 70s. Yeah, 76. Wow, I can't read. Come Dancing by the Kinks. I mean, you can't go wrong with the Kinks. Couple of Jamaican like reggae and dancehall stuff, but nothing that really set the world on fire. Nothing that was like, oh yeah, I know that. But again, I was happy to have them, so if there's time at the end, I may show them. New Sensation by NXS. Snap, I Got the Power, which I actually heard on the radio yesterday and kind of made me laugh. And I even told the wife, it's like, I have this. And she's like, but don't you have, oh, you're funny. I remember actually playing that in the clubs when I was DJing back then. And there was another version by Chill Rob G. Used to have a lot of fun playing those back to back. Good old Eat It by Mr. Weird Al Yankovic. Bad to the Bone. Ooh. Bad to the Bone by George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers. Heck of a show when I saw him. It was a few years back, but still good. And this one's also got a live version of No Particular Place to Go. Not too many people could cover Chuck Berry like he did. Really good stuff. Whiter Shade of Pale, Procol Harum. Again, classic stuff. I mean, for 33 cents, I'm going to grab it. Lisa Stansfield, All Around the World. Good, I enjoyed her vocals. Thought it was some good stuff. Here's another goodie. We all know this one. Hocus Pocus by Focus, and then it's got a Hocus Pocus 2 on the flip. So, good stuff. And you're going to see a lot of these plain white sleeves. some of the sleeves were in beat up shape, and I keep these on hand first. I find them out in the wild without sleeves, so they have something decent. Sometimes they're so battered, torn, not worth repair. So this one is Eddie Floyd, Raise Your Hand, and it's backed with I've just been feeling bad. Again, I see that Stax is one of those labels that I'm gonna grab. So this one was one that I was very happy to get, and it's Sam and Dave. Take a look at there. Wrap It Up. Obviously, famously covered by the Fabulous Thunderbirds. But what's interesting is the other side is I Thank You, famously covered by ZZ Top. So here's two of their songs on a 7-inch that's both been covered. Again, I'm skipping through, so apologize if I'm not looking right at the camera. I'm just trying to show some of the more interesting ones. This one very personal for me. Don't You Want Me? So my wife and I knew each other from a long, long time ago. We lost touch and reconnected many years later, and as they say, the rest is history. But in our former life, in our previous friendship, whatever, we were out at a club with a couple of mutual friends, and it was an '80s night, and they were playing "Don't You Want Me." So the lyric is "Don't you want me, baby?" Well, probably alcohol fueled, but making a complete ass of myself because that's what I do. I sang "Don't You Want Me, Amy," and it stuck. Oh, that was an epic night, and very many miles came out of that one. So that one had to come home. King Floyd, Everybody Needs Somebody, just classic stuff. And then all over the place too. This collection was really all over the place. This is a double A-sided. Technotronic Move This, and then Pump Up the Jam. Again, that's classic stuff. This one I was very excited to see because not only is this, and I didn't even know that Cannonball Adderley made 7 inches, but it's also a David Axelrod produced, and he produced a lot of that stuff for Cannonball Adderley, as well as a few others on the Capitol label in the '60s from the jazz catalog. It's like Games, and then Mercy, Mercy, Mercy. So I saw Cannonball Adderley, about jumped, and then when I saw it was Axelrod, and I was like, that's definitely happening. I'm too sexy for this record. I had to. It's such a bad song, I had to. And the B-side's the Spanish version, so I just think we're just going to have some fun with that. Another double A, Love Shack and Rome. I mean, such a great album. Cosmic Thing was a great return to the form. Maybe a little poppy, but still pretty solid. Again, kind of passing by some of the random stuff I took a chance on, or just random things. I mean, how do you say no to Take On Me by Aha? And if you haven't seen it, now that we're talking about that, they do a stripped down acoustic version of Take On Me. They're older now. But man, it hits you right in the gut. It sounds so good. If you haven't seen it or heard it, go check it out on YouTube. Another one, especially 7 inches. I see him. I'm buying them. James Brown. Say It Loud. I'm Blocking. I'm Proud. Parts 1 and 2. Just a classic. And this one's Give Me Some More from the JBs. And The Rabbit Got the Gun. So, again, that kind of stuff is going to happen. Some more. So, Brian, Shamrock and Records, he's I kind of refer to him as my soul buddy. He really, right there with me, is into Nina Simone and Wilson Pickett and Marvin Gaye, and I'm sure Stevie Wonder, and the list just goes on and on. He has an affinity for that deep soul, and one of the ones that we share a common respect, I guess was the word I'm look for, is Solomon Burke. And he actually was coming. They went and saw him, and anyway, um, just out of just out of reach uh, of my two open arms. This is actually like a double because it's got "Release Me" by Esther Phillips on the side, on the other side. But I saw some Solomon Burke and I grabbed it, as well as "Baby Come On Home" and "Nah Nah Nah, I Can't Stop Loving You Now." So really was just pulling some Solomon Burke on 45. This one's got label issues, but I didn't care. Maggie's Farm, obviously the Bob Dylan classic, and Tonight's the Night. So just really swung for the fences with the Solomon Burke stuff, and I was happy to see it. I was not upset about that at all. Um, Another song that, to me, just I don't think gets enough credit, no matter whether it be from the classic I Cantina or even Bob Seger, Nutbush City Limits. Just a down rocker. This thing just does not let up. I mean, it just hits you. So I mentioned this with Brian, one that, you know, again, when she was on the Bethlehem label, I think there's a comp of her Bethlehem singles. Nina Simone, My Baby Just Cares for Me, back with He Needs Me. And her voice could just melt icebergs. It's just absolutely fantastic. Two more. I'll do two more, and we'll call the 7-inch wrap. There's like I said, there's a bunch of Jamaican stuff, a bunch of reggae, but it was random pulls. It wasn't anything major. It was literally they're three for $1, and my wife and I both love reggae. Um, Mostly was 70s, so but it wasn't like any monster hits. There were things that came over here in drastic form. So it was more for just, yes, I'll buy it because I just don't see it that often. But this one I thought was interesting because it was a jukebox only. A lot of times they'll do that where they'll print up singles for just the jukeboxes so they could get a double A or something like that, or it's it's just a bare bones information. Can't Help Falling in Love by UB40. Great cover, and just a fantastic band as well. And then lastly, really just this is a band that I really need more of, and I remember having this a long time ago, and I remember buying it, and I want to say this would have been in the 70s, and I want to say it was like Kmart or Montgomery Ward's or some like early department store like that. And I remember that the 45 was in a sleeve, but it had a cardboard backing, like yay big, and it was shrink wrapped. And I had never seen that before. I just thought that was the oddest packaging. And the one that I got like that was 96 Tears. Question Mark and the Mysterians were just, everybody just kind of knew them for that. And they actually had some deep stuff. So really need to pick up more. Folks, like I said, I'm trying not to show some of the, I won't say boring, but, that still was a healthy stack. And the nice thing about 45s is that you can really cruise through them. I know there's probably people freaking out. Oh, they're not in the right sleeves. I get it, But to me, the picture sleeves are nice. I like them. I actually do prefer them. But if that's how I got to get it, I got no problem with it. See anything you like, or maybe I'm missing. You see something that you'd recommend from there. I do have 7 inches. I probably about 300-400 more, roughly. I'm guessing. Still even trying to get all my LPs cataloged. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with these. I know some people just aren't as interested. That's why when I show these, I'll probably show them together, because not a lot of people are willing to go down that rabbit hole. Or they're very selective, so that's fine too. to me, needle drops on it, I'm interested. So thank you so much. Hopefully everybody's having a great weekend. It's still, well, I think now it's Sunday for me, um, but still shooting them all on the same night. So having just nice to be able to crank out a couple and have some in the can, if it were to. What was that? I'm a bear. It's called laziness, and I'm tired. But it's nice to be able to crank out a couple of these so I have something throughout the week to kind of post up a little bit. So thank you so much for watching, for commenting, for liking, subscribing, to making dirty faces at me, or maybe shooting your Nerf gun at my face. Maybe I'm a great target for that. I don't know. Whatever it is, thank you. I do appreciate it. Hopefully everybody's well. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their weekend. And just keep looking for those records. I'm interested. Thanks.